Atlantis. The war is coming to the surface, and I'm bringing the wrath of the seven seas with me.
Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell and this is my review of Aquaman. So this is the latest film out of DC's plethora of films that they have been putting out. It's the most recent one, I believe, since Justice League. If you are somehow not aware, this film stars Jason Momoa as the title character Aquaman. He is someone who is half Atlantean and half human, basically, and he is drawn between two different worlds. And where have we seen this story before? Maybe. But this one is also significant in that it's the first film which kind of is seeming to try to take DC movies into a new direction with kind of adding more humor and lightheartedness and try to basically make it more Marvel-esque, essentially. And for the most part, it does succeed in that. It does have some lighthearted humor, which gave me a couple chuckles here and there. The story is generally pretty good. You can kind of see it coming here and there because if you know the history of Aquaman, you can probably guess how this film's going to go about going. Jason Momoa as Aquaman, he does a pretty good job as Arthur Curry. That's his mortal name, basically. And yeah, I enjoyed him as the character. He basically established that role in Justice League, and he basically just developed it even more in this title film, because you got to obviously focus on him as a character and see where he ends up going after that big battle at the end of that film. Trying to make him become the King of Atlantis is Amber Heard's character Mara, and yeah, she's hot. But starting off, their chemistry didn't really work that well for me for some reason. It just seemed really awkward and didn't really land a lot of the jokes or the dialogue or a lot of that stuff right off the bat. As it developed and as the film went on, though, it felt a little bit better. Their chemistry seemed to line up a little bit more, and the jokes and dialogue and everything kind of fell more into place. So I'll be curious to see, assuming that this one gets a sequel, which I'm pretty sure it will, just what they do with that relationship and how they develop it further in that second movie. One thing which I did really like about the film is that a lot of the women in this film are treated as badasses. Nicole Kidman is in this film for part of it, and she has a really cool fight scene which she gets to do, and then Amber Heard has some really badass scenes as well. She has this power to control water, which is a really cool scene when they're in Italy. I won't spoil what it is, but it's a really funny scene. Yeah, not a big thing, but I like the fact that the film does show women being badasses. It's a really cool thing, I think. The fights in general in this film are really well done and really well choreographed. They're probably my favorite parts of the movie itself, just because of how well done they are. Both in the water and out of the water, they all look really well done. Really cinematographed well and choreographed well. The CGI also generally looked good. There were some scenes which had characters just kind of floating in the water having conversations, and that didn't look fantastic, I didn't think, at least. But when they're actually moving around, they're like showing us Atlantis as a whole. That looked amazing. Looked really, really well done, really fantastic. And I really enjoyed seeing the fight scenes which took place in the water, because again, those looked really good. There's a big epic battle towards the end of the film, which again, looked fantastic. And half the time you even forget that this is all taking place underwater. And if you know of James Wan's other work, particularly the Conjuring films, he is able to invoke some of those horror elements in a particular scene about midway or so of the film, which I was really appreciative of, because you just get to see his horror chops at work at one part. And it's not like epic, like Conjuring level stuff, but he does get to play with that a little bit, and I enjoyed seeing that aspect. One thing which did kind of bug me throughout the film, though, is that there are multiple times where you just kind of have a quiet scene where just people are talking, or it's a happy conversation, and then just an explosion shows up out of nowhere and just causes havoc to happen. First time it happened, it's like, oh wow, what's happening now? And then it just keeps repeating the same pattern like 5 times throughout the course of the film, and so after a while it's just kind of predicting. It's like, oh, this is a calm scene where it doesn't seem like anything's gonna happen. Wait for an explosion, and then yeah. I also enjoyed the villains generally throughout the course of this film. Black Manta is the one that's kind of more or less shown off as the main villain of the film. He's not, but he's in there. And he also had really good motivations. I thought he's kind of introduced and set up during the very first 20 minutes maybe of the movie, and I enjoyed seeing that he had actual motivations which made sense as to why he wants to hunt down Aquaman and kill him. And then even Ocean Master, whose actual name I'm blanking on, Patrick Wilson's character, you get to see kind of why he is so coveting the throne, and kind of his reasons for doing what he's doing. I get it. He's kind of in the line of Killmonger to an extent from Black Panther, in that you kind of understand where he's coming from and why he's doing what he's doing. He's just going about it in a very, very bad, dark way. But yeah, generally the villains in this film I was actually very happy with, and I like the fact that they're going more in line of kind of what Marvel has been doing well recently in regards to its villains. It's starting to make them more interesting and relatable and understanding in regards to kind of why they're doing what they're doing. In regards to kind of post-credits stuff, I'm not obviously going to talk about what it is, but there is a mid-credit scene. There's no post-credit scene. So after the mid-credit scene, you can leave the theater, because I stayed for the whole credits and then there was nothing. And I was reminded that this is not an MCU movie. But yeah, generally, I'd say check out Aquaman if you are a fan of the DC movies or the Marvel movies or superhero stuff in general. I'd say it's a fun time. Go check it out, and those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know your favorite Aquaman. Let me know your favorite part of the film, your favorite Aquaman comics, storyline, what you want to see them do with a sequel. If you do, put spoiler warning in the comments as well, so people don't get the story ruined for them, because that would not be cool. Let me know all that stuff in the comments. I'd love to discuss it with you. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Once again, if you choose, I'd appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.